behind them by Certus as he tries to lop them off. Trimby going low, Certus gets the double, flashes away from Shigenda. Another one on the menu, that's 4 so far for SK as they look to make it 5. Comp has nowhere to go, and Certus and Marcoon will slay him where he stands.
A complete ace from SK, 5 for 0 in their favor, and that was some beautiful Akali play from Certus, carefully dancing around the fight and just splitting apart Koi. SK looking to maintain winning ways, looking to secure a spot in the top 8, and looking to upset another Titan of EU.
And sometimes after a pause like that, you can need a couple of moments to reset. SK did that very,
and then TP flanks in behind. Just beautiful play all around. Exakick barely touched in the fight. We didn't really talk about him much, but the whole SK lineup just playing the fight so well. Good use of the W there from Certus. Waited for the smite slow from Marcoon. And they do actually hand that kill over to Marcoon. Secure. What was that face? What? I too thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. Wow, what a commanding performance from SK. 26 minutes in and they've blown this game wide open.
It's going to be an inhibitor here. Koi giving it up. Larson is backing, but that inhibitor falls very quickly. Oh, inhibitor tower at least. SK can continue to push. Marcoon trying to act as a bouncer as Koi and Marowang try and flank. Nature's Grass coming out. Now they'll all line up behind that big Sejuani. None of them get rooted. Larson jumping forward. Final chapter being used as well. The bubble does connect.
A lot of friends to work with. Really skilled in games. Plays a lot of things. So yeah, I think today is going to be a banger.
All right, thank you very much, Roman, for your input. And we're going to spiderweb our way to the desk because we're ready for the game.
And we are here, ready for the game. Cadril has opted to start it now. If there are any more delays at Cadril, start the game on Twitter.
Thanks, buddy. But yeah, we're about ready. I see all the players in the lobby. A lot of pre-game banter. Bit of trolling from either side.
I mean, it's the battle to see who's second best in the league, isn't it?
After SK.
After SK, because I mean, SK beat both these teams this week.
This weekend,
so,
yeah. Literally, both these teams were slated to go 5-0 to give us that epic clash for the 6-0 run, but both of them lost to SK. But here we are, we have the longest range. Cassio's Q can basically just bully out the Rise, especially in early laning phase. And often, phase rush was the go-to in this matchup, and you could basically just chase down the Rise. Udyr being hovered right now, and it will be locked in.
Okay.
Okay, I believe this is our first Udyr of the LEC, this split.
I'll find out.
And now, I need to remember what this champion does. He has been changed since the last time we saw him in the LEC.
It's all kind of the same.
No, I know.
Yeah, he has a stun.
I was kidding, Medic.
Sometimes, Betty, you're not kidding. Also, we can just pretend this is for the audience. You know, if you guys can't remember what Udyr does, has a stun, has a big slowing field, he mauls at you with his claws.
It's still a lot.
And his turtle stance. Yeah.
It's the empowerment from his passive that really is the big change from old Udyr. But regardless, we can talk more about that when we get into the game. Cassante going to be rounded out for Broken Blade with Photon.
We are into the game, guys. Trust me. We're going to get there in a second. It's coming. It's on its way.
There's no pause.
It'll be there in a moment. Here it comes. Be on tenterhooks, edge of your seat. Here we go. The game. Let's go. So, very. Do you want to know something I see a lot in my solo queue games?
Depression, sadness.
That's more of a sensation after the game. I don't see it in the game.
I see.
Prowler's Claw Udyr. Can't quite kill off Kaiser.
Wow, that was so close. Bodo making his way top.
Flash. Broken Blade trying to get away from first one who puts the needlework in. The path coming out from Broken Blade with a flash forward, knock back with the all-out. Broken Blade will fall first, and now Yike in a sticky situation. Has to retreat back to the safety of his tower.
But Bo finds another successful gank. Does commit the flash, knowing that Broken Blade didn't have it after the earlier trade against Photon. He finds another kill. Meanwhile, Kaiser gets away with a sliver of health. Well played across the board for Vitality. The gold lead isn't really going to change much, but in terms of the isolated 1v1 matchup, this is going to be big for Photon. And remember what we talked about, scaling is a really big thing for Vitality. You have a Casso, you have a Gwen. These two champions in isolation.
Arctic Assault there, not called Arctic Assault, can't remember the name. The Icy one. He used the Icy one twice so he couldn't use the Ram, but the smite comes out, and the Ripto charge will not find its mark. Yeah, Wingborn Storm.
It used to be a Phoenix, so I don't blame.
Yeah. it was a lot easier in those days.
Phoenix,
Bear
Turtle,
Stance,
Bear.
Tiger, Turtle, Phoenix. Now we have Iron Mantle, Wilding Claw, Blazing Stampede. I'm just going to call it by what they look like.
Yeah.
Okay. Cryo
Brr,
Phoenix.
it's cold.
Ram. Brr, it's cold. Turtley Boy. I could call them Leonardo.
Right.
He's one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I thought you were making some DiCaprio reference, and I was like, trying to catch Caps off, but he is not falling for the trap. And now they create the pincer onto Yike.
So you have Arrow up, you have Chain of Corruption as well. Bo looking forward here, but that dragon will be secured by Hans Summer. Yike actually didn't have Smite for 2 seconds, but the Petrifying Gaze is going to hit here onto Caps, and he's rooted in place. Cease and desist coming out as well. And there's nowhere for Caps to go. Perks once again slays his former teammate 2-0-1 now. As Vitality, although they lost the dragon, was still able to get something out of the fight. Also, Photon was able to push the top lane the entire time.
Overall, a pretty solid trade for Vitality, and Perks winning the mental warfare there against Caps. Like, such great awareness from him to recognize that someone might be in that brush. But the moment he sees Bo leave, he's like, oh, well now there's no one left in that brush. The culprit has been found, my instincts were right. But it turns out that there was in fact.
Yak has already gone down, and Summer able to chase away. Caps being chased by Bo. Kai's on his way to get in here as well. Caps does still have the Realm Warp, and he's going to try and use it because he knows Bo just used his knockup, but Bo still able to get him down. Broken Blade in the bottom lane will take a 1v1 fight, the solo bolo for him.
It's pretty crazy that Vitality chose to completely abandon the Herald. It was in smite range for Bo. He just chose not to throw it out. Instead, his focus was on securing that kill onto Yike, and I believe that looking at the scoreboard below, G2 weren't even able to pick it up. So while they did steal it away, the only advantage that they walk away with is the fact that Broken Blade secures a tower, does get a solo kill onto Photon, but Vitality continue to accelerate their lead. They're in a great position. They're continuing to win these fights. You can see how difficult it is with G2's very short range. Things like the Casio, things like the Varus can be so difficult to approach. And we've had this conversation before. You're going to see it a lot in pro play, but your ability to approach your opposition and your ability to face check is very important. And right now, Broken Blade is being herded straight into the warm embrace of Perks.
It's not the first time we've seen a favorite coming in, being on the wrong side of a 7-1 scoreline, and right now Vitality looking to make it 8-1 as Broken Blade is chased out, and Photon will secure his first kill of the game. Neon was able to hold the mid-wave here, so no tower lost for Vitality.
He's the biggest threat. They're looking for Hans.
Arrow onto Hans, but immediately he cleanses it. Photon trying to dive in here as well. Perks coming in from the side. Already Yike is down, and now Perks is in prime position to wail away on Hans. Twin Fangs after Twin Fangs find their mark. Broken Blade now standing tall. The Acquisition will connect with 2 kills over to Vitality and a dragon to boot.
And I was saying that Hans is the player you need to watch, and Vitality said the same thing. The arrow came out immediately. The follow-up with the ghost from Perks meant that he was able to chase him down, and for anyone in the studio, you would have heard Vitality. The second they saw that window, they pounced on it immediately. 10-1 is the kill score. And there was a deal with Rahman. If you can kill Perks 6 times, you can have all your players on the analyst desk.
Into the river here, but even with the tidal wave coming in, you're not really going to be able to get there in time. You can't get past Perks, and then Jeff Baron has already been taken. TP coming in from Broken Blade. Photon looking to go in as well. Hans Summer caught in the season desist, but it's only Photon and Bo who are there. Broken Blade actually brings him across the wall, straight onto the base of Hans Summer, but Broken Blade tries to act as a wall. The needles, though, will pierce his skin and take him out. Sent to the morgue. Hans Summer will fall. Meanwhile, on the top side of the fight, Neon still trying to chase Mickey X down. Mickey has nowhere to go. Neon takes the second of the fight. Perks and Kaiser trying to escape from Caps, who's still full health. Well, pretty much full health and full mana. Yike now joining the fray. Perks flashes, so does Kaiser. The Miasma will stop them. The Realm Warp coming in as Caps looks for the chase. Seraph shielding on him's not going to be enough, and now Bo joins the fray. No mana on him as well, as Caps will keep him at bay. Yike with the Windborn Storm, not quite enough. It is in the end to take down Kaiser. That's the power of the Frey Orb for you, as Caps chase onto Perks once again. Bo coming in behind them. The damage from Neon is enough. The piercing arrow finds its mark. Only Yike able to survive.
And Vitality pick apart G2 in what is another dominant team fight. They walk away with the Baron, and G2 is left to pick up the pieces. Broken Blade brought the top side of the map to Hans Summer. He thought he was helping, he thought he was saving his AD carry, but he just made it even harder for him. Photon and Bo saw the opportunity, immediately pounced onto Hans, and with him gone, Caps did what he could, but it wasn't enough. Perks elegantly dancing around in the fight. using the small amount of health regeneration that he gets.
He's already down, but Hansama somehow still alive on the back line. But Cavs just stepped into the middle of them all and was immediately deleted. Broken Blade now stepping 1v5. Kasante can do a lot, but he can't do this. Yike pays for it with his life. Vitality find 3, and you have to feel that's the death knell for G2.
G2 tried to force the fight as Vitality is looking to reset. They haven't had that opportunity to spend that Baron gold, so they wanted to try and catch them off guard, but Vitality was ready. This top jungle duo just tore through the backline with Perkz freely dishing out the damage. Vitality are looking dominant, and they're looking to secure the top spot in the LEC.
And lock themselves a spot in the group stage. Miasma forward with the flash there. Hansama able to dodge to the side of it, cleanses away from the arrow as well. Somehow you got to cull this wave, you got to clear it out. Broken Blade trying to do what he can. Mickey now up, Photon stepping in, but the Nexus Tower is the target for Vitality. Already they have fallen, Hansama goes golden. But I don't think he's going to survive much longer. Broken Blade able to kill off Bo, something no one really has done this game. But Vitality will take the Nexus, and they will take their spot in the best of 3s.
The smiles on the faces of Perkz. This is what he was hoping this Vitality could one day be. Securing a spot at the top of the LEC after week 2. You will be seeing this Vitality squad in the best of 3. And an incredibly dominant performance. I said it during the cast, I'll say it again. I believe this was Vitality's most convincing game of the split. In the first week, we saw them get big wins, but there were shaky moments. It felt like that they had to individually claw their way back in. But this game, it felt like clean team play, a well-executed plan. Overall, just great performances.
Really good. It's too early to say who has the highest skill ceiling. You know, it's easy for me to say with the teams I've won in the past, like Season 7 or Season 9. Oh, these teams are really, really insane, right? But right now, we just have to wait and see how we develop. I definitely think, like, Bo and me can be, like, the best mid-jungle in the world. And I think mid and jungle is, like, the most OP role. And as Wunder is like applauding as well, so thank you very much. So yeah, as long as I think mid jungle is OP right now, and as long as mid jungle is OP, I think we will be like really, really strong.
All right, what I'm going to keep from that is mid jungle is OP, so next time I get ganked and my Graves doesn't show up, I know who to blame. Thank you very much, Perkz, and congratulations on the win as well. We're going to toss it over to the desk. Over to you, Laure.
Thank you so much, Trouble, and congratulations, Kaiser, on being the first team locking in group stage here.
Thank you, thank you.
That was an amazing game from you guys. And Trouble was talking about this, a really stompy game.
Sounded a bit like one of my streams there with the EDM in the background. It's like what I'd like to listen to. You know, pumping electronic music.
Okay.
Good for workouts, too.
Thanks for that insight, Medic.
Well, you would know if you watched my streams, but I know that you tend to avoid them.
True. I'm a big Cadro fan.
You mean Pedro? Watching him be scared in Alien Isolation is one of my most fun things I do. Anyway, League of Legends is happening. Fnatic versus Team Heretics. And Heretics are actually able to sneak in towards this red buff area. Humanoid was shadowing, but not covering fully, and it looks like Fnatic might just be giving this one up. Realizing that. Anyway. And Jankos now, is it going to be a good steal again? Or is he going to get caught out? Gets to the blast cone, Razork looks for the cease and desist, but now Razork's in the midst of all of Team Heretics. Jack Spectre with the lightning crash, putting the damage down, the Unbreakable blocks any route for Fnatic to get into the fight, and Razork took a one-way ticket to Pain Town there, and Heretics might be taking a one-way ticket to the Baron.
And look at that, Jankos and Mercer working together beautifully. The flash from Jankos, and Mercer immediately dived into the choke point, threw out his ultimate through the shield up, providing both protection while also making it very difficult for Fnatic to actually follow up. It seems that Heretics are a little concerned about committing to the Baron, but now they will begin. No jungler up, 10 more seconds on Razork. Let's see how quickly Heretics can melt through this. They will get some objective bounties, but Wunder is just, he's a menace on a side lane right now. He cannot be stopped. TP flank, I don't think they'll kill him. I legitimately think
Wunder can just dash across this wall, and then there's a blast cone there, but Ruby!
Yep.
Back you go, mate.
He just swagged on him. I'm surprised he didn't emote.
Return to sender. He's not 1-1-3 man. Doesn't have them bound to his mouse button.
Fair. That's fair, that's fair. Okay. So, Razork lost his life. Not the end of the world for Fnatic, though. They're still in a very commanding position right now. Baron should be up relatively soon. Can't quite check the timer. There you go, 3 minutes. 3 minutes for the Dragon as well. Which basically means not a lot's going to happen right now. Because there's nothing really for either team to play for. There's no objective to kind of set up. And it's Fnatic that have control over the map, which means that Heretics are just kind of relying on scaling. They're just going to buy time, and unless someone like makes a mistake, there's nothing that Heretics can really do. So you end up in this pro play state where you end up trading lanes. Evie can flash in.
Reckless a little bit over there, overextended. Has the Chain of Corruption though, so Heretics won't want to chase this one any
That's
further.
a
Evie
TP.
TP'd in as well.
Ooh. What?
He's going bot lane, mate.
But he should have gone bot lane first.
Don't question it. Okay, it's 11 p.m. on the third day of the LEC week 2. We just let the things happen.
We just let them happen.
And we'll, I think like maybe Heretics will call.
Okay, but like it's one of those things where like, you know, we had that conversation earlier where it's kind of like, I don't know if I should necessarily say the pro player is wrong, because sometimes down my career that's bit me. This is wrong, okay? I will die on this sword, okay? Like earlier they should have sent Ruby bot.
Jack Spectre tries to dash back across and does manage to make it to his team. He's somehow still alive. He cleanses, he dashes, he dances away, and Jack Spectre survived for long enough for Heretics to win out the fight. That was gorgeous from the Heretics AD carry.
But Heretics actually won that fight. That's unbelievable. Jack Spectre played that about as well as he could. He bought so much time for Heretics to regroup, and Ruby was just able to freely dish out damage. Yamato talked about it on the desk. The whole win condition for Heretics is just group and fight. And this was the first time where they could get a very clean 5v5, effectively front-to-back team fight. But huge credit to Jack Spectre for buying so much time. Now Heretics can just reclaim.
That's a bad sign.
That's a bad sign. Okay. Okay, these latest times are good. Ebby's bot. He has his TP. He's pushed the wave all the way in.
Oh, Jankos off HP. Razok, though, locked up in his Q animation. Cyclone coming in as well. Tries to go in with the cease and desist, but it's not enough. The stopwatch from Jankos stops the damage from the piercing arrow from Reckless, and that's another kill.
And Razok just gets picked again. We saw him get picked in the bot side jungle. We're seeing him get picked just trying to clear out a ward. He thought that he was safe because Wonder was pushing out top lane. Ebby, though, looking for a fight with Wonder.
Do you win these? So, okay.
I'm just going to assume...
He's got Force of Nature, so he can run away really quickly after Humanoid puts some damage down. 6 stacks, now he goes in with the all-out.
Humanoid.
No way! Can Kassadin just do this? The guy's level 8. Okay, no, he can't.
Varus did help.
Healing from the Immortal Shubo will top Jack Spectre back up. Now Humanoid is waiting. Does Humanoid realm warp him when they try and fight Wonder? I think the answer is yes. Does this happen in the mid lane as well? Yes, Jack Spectre's
just gonna die?
He just goes into the GA. There's no one here to defend him. Heretics sent everyone back to try and deal with Wonder. And it's a trade of shutdowns, 2 for 1 in favor of Heretics.
And I just need a second to process.
Okay,
hang on.
man.
No, hang on. I'm sure.
Do you want me just to do some talking while you process?
Well, just do the dragon thing. You know.
Yeah,
the
so
15
Dragon up in 15 seconds will be sold for Fnatic. Sold point for Heretics. Now, Heretics did just lose their AD carry, but there's only 40 seconds on him. Humanoid up in 40, Wonder as well. They both have TP, so they'll be able to get to the fight a little bit quicker. And,
where did Jack Spectre think Razork was?
maybe top side?
And what was the plan top lane?
Oh, Evie's TPing in, let's go! Okay, let's not!
He's ghosting!
He's ghosting for it. Master flashes, Reckless flashes. The dragon, however, will be secured.
Yeah, okay.
Clean.
I mean, that's true and based. I'm just... Okay, so, couple things.
Yes.
Let's just do kind of a recap of that thing that happened a moment ago.
Okay.
That kind of silenced me. Humanoid and Wonder, their logic is we're going to trade an inhibitor while Heretics...
Going in as well, Jack Spectre going in with the lightning crash. Some damage with the Emperor survived as well. Ruby tries to get on the backline. Wonder now trying to do what he can, but he's already fallen. Ruby goes down as well, but Rux and Razork are bleeding, ticking away. Jankos dives in. There's another as Rux goes down. Now Humanoid the next target, and he will fall too. Razork trying to escape, but Jankos not going to let him. In the end, only Reckless stands. The final Fnatic hope you feel here. He charges up an arrow. He can't kill off Jack Spectre. He tries to get away from Jankos, but he will not escape today. The shutdown to Jankos, and Heretics get the ace.
And it's just another 5v5 fight, and what a beautiful ultimate from Ruby, landing onto, I think, 3, 4, maybe even 5 members, just completely tore apart this Fnatic lineup. But with those death timers, Heretics is looking to end the game.
Who is up? Wonder in 17 seconds.
I don't know if they can actually end.
I think it's
just
double
yet.
inhib angle. Ebby tanking the tower here will at least be the mid inhib. The bot inhib's going to fall as well. Rux
I think
up.
they should recall. Yeah.
I agree with you, Betty. They will do exactly that as soon as they split their focus. You have to be on their way to the group stage. Fnatic, though, after an early lead, still trying to hang on to some sort of hope. They do still have strong carries. Rise and Gwen at this stage in the game are nothing to be trifled with. The chain of corruption coming out, but Fnatic's Nexus towers are under siege and they have fallen. Wonder pops the stopwatch, but pop goes the Nexus. Team Heretics claim the victory.
What a chaotic game from both sides. But at the end of the day, Heretics, they stayed true to their win condition. Jack Spectra needs to be given so much credit for that win. His individual play off the back of that single target focus that came down in the river was monumental in swinging the game back in Heretics' favor. The fact that they were able to win that fight, they were able to stabilize the game, was so crucial for them to buy a little bit more time and then turn the game into a win. Well played by Heretics. I think that it was good to see a strong early game from Fnatic.
Yep.
I was pleasantly surprised with what they were able to do. We got to see Humanoid unlocked on the map just a little bit. We got to see Fnatic with some firm control. But then play after player, Brazzle getting picked here and there. Things just slowly started to fall apart. Fnatic couldn't maintain that control, and Heretics was quick to pounce.
Yeah, a few messy teamfights in the mid game, causing Fnatic to stumble and fall. Heretics very happy, obviously, with their win. 3-3 now, as you say, gets them away from the bottom of the pack, from Astralis, from XL. Heretics next week have XL, Mad Lions, and BDS to play, so not an easy route for them towards that group stage. Fnatic have Mad Lions, Astralis, and SK, so nor an easy route for them. SK at the moment on a tear. And obviously Mad Lions sitting up near the top of the table as well. Your player of the game votes at LEC on Twitter, Ebby, Ruby, and Jack Spectra. I think you can make a case for all three of them. Jack Spectra had a few spectacular moments. Ruby with that slide and glide into that final team fight, or team fight before last, I guess. And then Ebby, just, he was so down in the dirt, man. That guy was like 2.5K down the entire game.
Yep.
And still had a massive impact when it came towards the later portions.
We'll be on a very short break, but don't go anywhere because there's PGL with Law, Yamato Cannon, and Jankos, and he can talk more about all the things he does for Heretics that the other players don't in the house.
No pressure, they play us next week, but you have to win. No pressure, guys. Please, don't stress. You have to win. So anyway, where was I? I think XL is a good team. No disrespect here. We have to win against them and prove that we deserve it more than they do.
I mean, you have them next week. Who else do you have? Let's take a look at the schedule for the last week of the regular season here in Winter Split. For the LEC, you have XL. You have, we'll look at day one for now.
So that's day one. So day one, we basically know wherever we are making it top 8 or we have to sweat more.
No pressure then.
I live in pressure. I love pressure.
Yamato, any matchups you're looking forward to seeing here? I have my
compared to our LCS brothers that's completely into it, and they were like, just didn't use it. I think we are gonna really make use of it, and we are, show them that we are superior in every aspect again.
There you go. I love it. Yamato, a useful addition to Europe,
For
would
sure.
you say?
Yeah, we don't even need prize money to motivate players to play it.
We're just competitors.
I just wish they fixed maybe like a LEC prio queue, because
Yes, please.
it's like I'm trying to follow the games, and it's like Bo with 9 people that I barely recognize. And I see Jankos with the Warwick player, like that same guy. I saw him in a different game. Warwick got banned, and the guy looks in Garen. Like he's just a menace. He's just enjoying himself.
Adam locked in Garen in my game, and I was laughing, but he did 1v9. So that was very impressive.
I was like Berlin, because I'm not certain yet. Berlin, who do you think will win this game? Can I get some cheers for Astralis? Wow. Berlin, who thinks XL's going to win the game? I mean, that is pretty significant at the moment. I would say 75-80% of the crowd here leaning towards XL, who are only 1-4. They're going to make the first move. This is what Dagda mentioned. The lane will be defined by the Nautilus aggression. Spinning axe after spinning axe. Patrick's and Cobby being chunked out. 100 for Cobby. He's burned through those potions, and Patrick does have pots. So huge advantage in the opening level.
And this is why I wanted to see Xerxes trying to pat down towards this bot side already, because you want to try and use the fact
And he throws it out. Odo one, there's the first target. Weaver's Wall comes forward. Two-man knock-up on the bubble. Xerxes running for his life. No prison available to him. And it's not done just yet. 1-1-3 looking for something on Odo. The dash forward.
Finn?
The passive not enough just yet. Nobody has died. The flash away. Finn cannot gnaw anybody. 1-1-3 is being chucked out from the threaded volley. A bubble once again connects. The wallop holds Targamas in place. And finally, somebody drops its Cobby, taking out Targamas and Astralis. They turn it on to Vitio. Xerxes steps forward. Prison's available right now. Can't turn it on. Will fire it out. Manages to catch out one. The second falls. Berlin erupts. It's a double kill for Patrick.
and it's a cash-in for Patrick as well. Finally,
He's hijacked himself a prison of his own. Locked up Xerxes, but Patrick gets another. He's got 3 kills to match Cobby. On the retreat, the dredge line for Targamas. Stop hitting walls, my man. This time, Finn finds his targets. A 2-man gnaw, and all of a sudden, Astralis once again in control.
Patrick tried his damnedest to hold on to that fight, but another great bubble from Jonghoon locks him up, and then the follow-up from Finn. Astralis are looking. Oh my God!
The burn, the boomerang, not gonna land. Man, this game is as brutal as the 49ers versus the Eagles. So many fights on the Rift. If you don't watch NFL, it won't make sense. Trust me, it makes sense. But Astralis, they are in control.
This was an absolute power burner. I'm loving this. The setup already from Excel, really good. Video cutting people off. You get the wave coming through from Jonghoon, but Dayor finding him immediately onto video takes him out of the fight. He's not actually able to step up to deal a huge amount of damage, but
What can he do? Prison goes out. The bubble is what locks Xerxes up. Finn's one that secures the kill. The tower's still being chunked out. 113 does get killed, but Dayor's going to hijack that depth charge, throws Patrick into the air. Vitio rather manages to find himself a kill. Another for Cobby. Patrick and Targamas, the first 2 to get bullied, the last 2 standing. And with Baron empowered minions, Astralis are going to pick up their first win of winter.
I mean, this is a fantastic play from Astralis. Everyone stepping up. Finn showing Excel that maybe they should have held on to it, because this performance was magnificent here today.
Excel Esports lose the game. Astralis going to pick up their first win of winter. Put themselves in tie with Excel at 1 and 5. And Astralis, the first win towards group stage.
An incredibly impressive performance from Astralis, and I love that you're starting to see a lot of the mistakes that we got to see in summer from them, a lot of the mistakes that we saw in their first week as well, are starting to be fixed as they go through, playing well around vision, having a strong early game, the way they're playing the mid game, willing to trade.
No way!
What am I watching?
No way! That's
Okay, that's amazing. That is amazing. You know what? I'm really glad that we get the Mad Lions kits back. It used to be post-victory skits. Now it's ahead of the game, similarly to BDS, but I really love what our teams are cooking right now when it comes to entertainment and
I'm just so
content.
happy BDS are winning games, because if they would be doing this and not winning games, it would be too funny.
It always feels better when you
I'm
win.
just saying, Matt Line, social media manager, if you win this one,
Set up the waves correctly. And I think they may have a similar challenge. So let's keep an eye on the vision. Let's keep an eye on the map setup as Ayoya jumps forward. Flash is still up. Fanuki has used it. The slide, the glide. There's nowhere Brisbane. But with the help of the tower, Niski gets nuked. They might not be done just yet. Throwing out the saplings, looking for the tongue lash. How low did he go? Below 40, I think.
That is absolutely insane. The fact that Nuke managed to survive that. I thought he was going to flash towards Labrov for the Devourer, but instead manages to take down Niski underneath the tower. Even Hilly trying to get that hero lantern to save Niski, but it just wasn't quite enough.
I wonder if the little shield from the QE combos what helped out.
Yeah.
Really hope we get a slow-mo on that play. But 3 kills now. 2.5 until the next dragon. Hilly's got that lantern out. Ward placed immediately. Means Niski can't get on it. And frankly speaking, I don't think that should have happened. I feel like he could have backed earlier.
No, he really needed to be safer there, get himself out of dodge. But now this kind of sets up for BDS with a lot of members on this top side to try and look for an inner tower of their own. BDS getting that vision as well. You got push in mid. JC will respond. Adam is moving into that bot side to answer, but this tower will be gone before they can do it. And again, this is kind of what we're talking about with punishing no TP. Play the map wide so you always have BDS lagging behind.
The thing that'll be interesting is if Mad Lions are able to set up a siege or apply pressure for an objective, do they have enough damage on their Akali? They're trying to save Mad Lions. Right now, they're trying to murder them. Mad Lions, on the other hand, have something to say about it. Nature's Grasp, roots up 4. Niski's trying to find Shio as the curtains are called. Adam's running amok, but he's taken down. The shutdown goes to JC. Niski gets another as Shio's taken out. All of a sudden, they're now turning towards, there's no real objective to fight for, but they get the fight, they get the kill.
It doesn't matter, they just get their waves pushed out, they get vision to set up for these sideline plays, and that was just beautifully orchestrated by Mad Lions, immediately TPing in to find that numbers advantage as they saw the Azir go towards that top side. Look at it, the second Azir shows in that top wave, boom, into the bot side. They want to look for this fight, and this is exactly how Mad Lions need to play it. They know Azir has no TP, so even though Adam survives for way longer than he really should have in this fight, but it doesn't matter. You don't have the numbers, and even Niski keeping Shio at arm's length as well.
I'm so glad you highlighted the numbers.
Crowny as well, very brave opening up here. Niski TPs in, immediately gets onto Crowny, and I mean, just unfortunate that with Labrov going towards the top end of the fight, Mad Lions can't immediately delete Adam. Karzi's now caught up because the rest of BDS fall back, and again, Nuke is in a really good position. 3 items on this Azir. That's the consistent damage that Mad Lions are lacking.
And I asked a question probably 10 minutes ago. Can Niski blow up a character? Yes, he can. He just dumpstered Crowny on the back line. Obviously, there was no Nautilus, Tom Kench available there to try and help Devour buy some time.
But that's where Mad Lions, if you can take the team fight aspect away and try to set up a bunch of these skirmishes, that's where you can be good, but this may not be
from earlier.
Yeah, I mean, neither of them actually had vision there. It's just unfortunate for Niski. Tries to move forward with the wave, and Adam had just peeled off, and great setup then. Labrov following up, Crowny with the Deadly Flourish as well to set up this play. I mean, T-Tor is in the chat for that one. Really nice job there from Adams.
Well, nicely done, Chasey. This time around will be backed up by Niski. Teleport coming down. Chasing Blinding Sands. Nuke is caught out once more and taken down. Now LeBron's in trouble. Didn't even have time to devour. Crowny's going to try slow things a little as he can. It's another kill, a double. 4 and 5 for Niski. Now Adam is the next target. Kazi fires out. The ulti will be dodged away thanks to that ghost. And Mad Lions, they're turning and want to try burn the Baron.
That's the consistent damage from BDS down. So Mad Lions going to try and turn over. Crowny opening up, but
1,
I don't know if he can get much.
2, 3, 4. 3 or 4 shots, not enough damage down. Curtain call is used. The Nature's Grasp still available, the Guillotine's still available, but watch Niski. Niski's on the flank. He's got the perfect execution. Can he execute Crowny? Baron has been peeled away from defense, and Flash Glacial Prison doesn't do anything, but they bought enough time. Adam and Shio running for their lives. Slowed down by Chasey. Decimate firing, trying to get that blood damage down. The Baron has been stopped, and that is the main thing.
Adam, though, might not be out of the woods yet.
He's not just flying. They've got themselves at least 1 or 2 roots. Curtains pulled back, and Hilly's chunked out. The root lands onto Alyoya. Glacial Prison's available. Dragons down to 5,000. The prison locks nobody. Adam has got a double upper hand. Shio's looking for the soul. He gets it. BDS have got the Dragon Soul. They've got the Baron buff, and they're looking for the kills. They're looking for the win. Niski can do naught to shut down Nuke. And it's Adam that kills Chasey once more. Niski's dropped as well. 3 dead. And all of a sudden, BDS, they might be looking for the win.
It's Alyoya and Karzi against the world. Everyone on BDS is barreling down this mid lane, and they still have Baron buff. This could be it. BDS might have done it.
BDS took down Fnatic on Saturday. They took down Astralis yesterday, and they are about to take down the 4-1 top of the table Mad Lions. They've got a couple turrets to work through. 30-second death timer for Niski. 30 seconds for Chasey, forcing out the first Nexus turret. Empress Divide delivers Kazi to his doom. Alyoya will be the next to fall as Shio drops him. All of a sudden, the Nexus is the focus, and BDS stunning the LEC. They're going to look for one more kill before they shut down the Nexus, and BDS go 3-0.
They were discounted coming into the LEC. Everyone thought that this was just going to be a bottom of the table team, but to show up everyone in the fashion that they have, in a style that is unique to BDS.
Yes.
This is a team that's worth watching.
And can I also say, huge congratulations. You mentioned the coaching staff, the adaptation from week to week. The individual.
They can still try to dive. You can always use the Yuumi to tank the tower, and that's exactly what they do. DOS tanks the tower shot. Now they can look for comp as well. He does have the cleanse, but there's nothing really for him to cleanse away from. Execute flashes, and in the 2v2 on the bottom lane, DOS and Execute come up trumps.
It's complete decimation from the SK bot lane. They're just straight up outclassing Koi's bot lane 2v2, and it's incredible to see. You can see the laughs and smiles on the faces of SK. Once we get more information on the pause, we will let you know. But wow. Impressive stuff from this SK bot lane. You were just talking about how statistically Execute has been looking very good. Normally that's a cast a curse, but seems like it was a blessing.
Just, it's so scripted, Betty. You know, Marcus told me charge does come in, can't quite land it, but they still managed to pick up 3 plates down towards this bottom lane. You can see a massive lead. I was going to go for monstrous, and then it switched into massive in the end. Huge lead, massive lead for Execute down towards that bottom lane. Let's have a look at where he does the total gold. Him and Larson really fighting near the top. Okay, ready?
No. Sometimes as a caster, our job is to just talk, right? And sometimes, you know, you have a bit of a fumble of your words. Yeah, sometimes, like, I accidentally said Quickshot's name inappropriately once because I was trying to say a different word and then I was saying his name, and then, you know, mistakes happen.
And I just turned into a sheep.
But I've never heard anyone do what you just did, where you just went, no. Kills medic. So I'm going to try and lighten the energy.
Okay, do it.
Okay. Crowd, how are you all feeling? Yeah? Okay, I can feel it. But I want, like, have you all heard the song, If You're Happy and You Know It, Clap Your Hands? Ha ha ha! Okay, they do know this game.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to play a little bit of game, okay? If you love League of Legends, clap your hands. Okay, that was kind of mid.
Understandably.
Okay.
Some of these guys have been playing solo queue before they got
I know. But let's see what else we can find out. Okay, if you love LEC, just clap your hands. Oh, that was more.
Yeah,
so we got more LEC lovers than we've got League of Legends lovers. Okay, that's normal.
This is like higher or lower that they did.
Yeah, but this is more fun.
Okay, sure.
Okay, now this is be a fun one. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
If you really love Yuumi, clap your hands.
3 people.
Okay, so there were some people who were just having a great time, and then there were like people that they like clapped once, and they were like, "Oh no."
Here's the thing: I abide by the rule. You don't yuck someone else's yum. You know, if someone out there enjoys Yuumi,
wait. Can you say that one again?
You don't yuck someone else's yum.
You don't yuck. Okay, there are people who are not British here.
Oh,
You're gonna have to explain what yuck and yum is.
Yuck is when something's disgusting, and yum is when something's tasty, right? So it's like, it's not on me to tell you how you should enjoy League of Legends.
Okay.
Apart from, don't imp my games. You know, that's the only thing. If you're ruining the experience for me, sure, I can yuck your yum. But if you're just enjoying yourself and you're having fun playing Yuumi, I'm not going to yuck your yum.
But if you're having fun, then a lot of farmers and agriculture heavily affected by the whole bee thing.
Dying,
yeah. So, lesson of the day, protect the bees. But all bees.
Yeah.
Not just the honey ones.
Here's the thing. Most of our audience don't touch grass on a regular basis. So
true.
Unless these are indoor bees, then I think we're screwed.
That's true. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about worms then?
There were no worms indoors.
Yeah, actually I used to have a worm farm. Yeah, no joke. Bro, I was growing up in Wales. Okay.
Listen, peak entertainment in Wales.
Listen, yes, it was. The other thing was, did you have those little like things that you kept in little water, and they were in like sachets, and then they grew?
Sea monkeys.
The sea monkeys. Yes. Why were they sea monkeys? Still
I don't know. They were
day,
just like little plankton-esque.
But it blew my mind that they came out of a packet. They're not living things, Medic. If something has a soul, you have to name it, okay?
So you name your shoes. Too easy.
Oh, I'm so angry that was funny. I'm so mad. There are going to be some people don't get that, and I'm not going to explain it, but I thought that was brilliant. Anyway, Dragon, 45 seconds. Let's have a look at this. Surtus setting up the bot wave. Irrelevant pushing out top. Has the TP. No deep wards really in the bot side of the map for SK. They do have a little bit of control over the river, but it's this mid wave that's the most important. Larson will be the first one to get there. We'll have the assistance of Trimby. Extra kick needs to be careful. Yeah, he's going to be forced off the wave. There's that push. This should give Koi access into the river. Markoon's positioning, though, is pretty good. Irrelevant. Going to burn the ultimate there. Of course, it is gated by the fact that he will be forced into